Hello, Timmy Nafso here, Executive Vice President and co-founder of FortisPay. Kroger banning Visa expansion. It continues. We discussed this back in August, roughly, and we were talking about, why would Kroger do this? What's happening between Kroger and Visa? There's this huge battle happening. Could others actually follow suit? And what we said at that time was, well, it's really interesting, right? Kroger said that they don't want to accept Visa anymore because of the cost to accept Visa. And that's a very interesting stance that they're taking, because American Express technically is more expensive than Visa, and American Express has continued to be used. Discover, arguably the same or more expensive, still accepting Discover. What's happened is Visa, that owns pretty much half of the market when it comes to payment processing, right? Cardholders in the marketplace. Kroger saying, we don't want to do business with you. It's really more of a pro MasterCard move than it is a negative Visa move, is how we're viewing this as we continue to see what's happened and what's occurred. Number one, the news coming out recently that Kroger is expanding that reach, right, to more locations, means what? Well, stock dropped, right? That's not such a good thing for Kroger, but Kroger has a relationship with MasterCard. And being that Kroger is the second largest grocery chain in the country, there's something that's very important to know about that. Following suit is very tough when you're much smaller, you're regional. But when you're Kroger, you're starting to look at what the other guys are doing, right? What's Costco doing? What's Sam's Club doing? Well, they have more of this membership idea where at a Costco, you only can use Visa. So now they're saying, well, maybe we could be Kroger and you only can use MasterCard. And why is that? Well, I'm sure, right? I'm sure, quote unquote, that there is some conversation behind the scenes with MasterCard saying, look, we're willing to give you something, Kroger, if you start to kind of press Visa to get out of the space. Now, it's not just Visa, right? What I mean by that is Kroger didn't say, hey, we don't want Visa at all, because they're still accepting Visa debit cards, interestingly enough. The Visa logo is still on there, still going through Visa's rails, but the argument for Kroger is, well, Visa debit is a lot cheaper than Visa credit, right? So whether Kroger is deciding to go down this road of, I want to compress and push out Visa, we believe that if this is going to work for them, you'll then start to see them push out Discover and American Express, leaving MasterCard as their one processor outside of debit cards, processing acceptance, card issuing acceptance, outside of debit cards, Visa, MasterCard, debit cards, of course. So what Kroger's strategy is one of which we've seen before. It's what Costco has done. It's not that much different. But we're really curious to see, because the Kroger customer is a lot different than the Costco customer. And the Costco customer, typically when they go to sign up for a Visa card with Costco, they're getting a ton of rewards to do so. Well, what does Kroger do? Kroger signs up with MasterCard for Kroger Rewards, World MasterCard. What else does Kroger do? They are doing similar to Costco. They have gas stations in front of their Kroger locations where when you go and you use your MasterCard and you shop at Kroger, you get money back at the pump at Kroger as well, right? Sounds very similar from a model perspective. Other businesses are saying, well, can we do the same? The answer is, unless you're the second largest grocer in the country, it's quite challenging and quite risky to do that. And you can see they're doing a rollout, right? If it doesn't work for this brand for Kroger or that brand for Kroger, they're not going to do it for their signature Kroger locations, because it may be too devastating for those ones. So I think it's a strategic demographic test that they're doing. We'll keep an eye on it. And thanks for listening. Subscribe below if you find this valuable. Thank you.